So today's episode is all about entrepreneurship and what I have been doing for the past 3 months. So YouTube, I have been away from okay. YouTube, I have been away from the camera for quite some time, and I think I have a good reason as to why I have been. So I have been really trying to get back on track. I think moving into my new apartment has been quite the challenge for me. Has been quite the adjustment, and I've also been tasked with the challenge of making more money, because paying rent that's $1,700 a month is not sexy when you're only bringing in the same amount of money you were bringing in when you were only paying half of rent, which was only $1,100. So I have been doing a few things in my personal life to really take my personal business and my brand to the next level. And so I thought I would get on here and share that with y'all. So what's new with me? First is I am transitioning from doing business as to LLC. And so my doing business as name is Buen Tutors LA. I will go ahead and link my website below in the box for anyone who's interested in learning Spanish as a second language. I am a language coach by trade and experience. I coach people on how to speak Spanish. I am learning my third language. I am learning French to speak French fluently, and one day will be a French instructor. And so where was I going with that? So yes, I am really transitioning my business from doing business as DBA to LLC. My LLC's, the name is 21 Bridges. And so I have been working my butt off to be able to pay for that LLC, because it is not cheap. It's not expensive, but it's not cheap. And also to be able to pivot my business from one-on-one language coach to language instructor. So what's new with me is I have opened up my virtual Spanish school, where I now teach more than, what do I teach? About 10 kids how to be fluent in Spanish. I'm coaching these kids to fluency. Right now, I just have my first cohort, so there's 10 kids enrolled in my school currently. I will be spending the rest of today enrolling another 10 kids, God willing, into this school. But this really, this idea really came from me pivoting my business and trying to make more money while doing one thing at one time. So I paired up with an organization, West Angeles Education and Enrichment Program here in Los Angeles. And they gave me access to a few of the students I taught in the past, and I ended up recruiting those students to be in my language school. So pivoting my business from one-on-one coach to language instructor has been quite the business move. And then also just thinking of other ways I can grow my business from then on out. And so I've been strategizing. So I have boosted, I think this month in January, I made $9,500. I've never made $9,500 before, but that is like a strong $4,500 from my school, and then also bringing in, the money I make from my career. So your girl bought in $9,500 this week, this month of January. Going into February, I am, projecting to bring in $8,500, because a girl's gotta eat and a girl's gotta pay these bills. And so speaking of bills, this really puts my business in a phenomenal position to pay off my car by July. I owe $13,385 on my car, which I'm very proud of myself for working that down. By next month in March, I will owe $12,000 and some change on it. And so I'm particularly excited about that. So branding my business. So really branding my business, I'm really not focused on the logo so much as I am as making sure I have a process to my brand. I've been researching a lot about online courses and online material, and so I follow Ariel Adams. I will link their Instagrams below. Ariel Adams. I follow Jerisha Hawkins, I think, J-Hawk. And I follow I follow Maddie James for some things and Maya Elias. I've ran across these women on Instagram, and so I've just been sort of listening to their perspective on how they do business, and also just trying to get as much free information as I can, because I don't really want to put the money into these $2,000 courses they're trying to sell me. But I do think that their ideas about growing business has been pretty amazing. So really been trying to put myself in a position where my business can go to the next level. So why 21 Bridges? 21 Bridges. So I called it 21 Bridges for a few different reasons. 2021 is the year that the business is becoming LLC, which is a huge deal for me. 21 Bridges because there's 21 Latin American countries where Afro-Latinx communities do live and thrive, and this will be the business that reaches those communities and is the bridge between African American communities and Afro-Latinx communities. 21 Bridges. 21 Bridges because 2021 is also the year where my grandmother passed away, and she was a tutor in her former life and a teacher, and so this business is dedicated to her as well. 21 Bridges because I think that as a Christian, we are each called to be the bridge, and 21 Bridges is actually the theme of this year, of my church this year. So has multiple meanings behind it. I'm trying to get 21 Bridges in a position where it can go to that next level, and I think becoming an LLC is that next thing. As far as funding goes, I'm hoping that I can write a few grants, get some funding, and quit my job. No, but seriously, that would be nice too. But also just put myself in a position where, yeah, I can retire early. One thing I've told my mother is that I want to retire early from my job in public health so that I can build my own public health brand. I want 21 Bridges to not only be a language school, but I wanted to give inner city kids in Los Angeles the opportunity to go to Afro-Latinx communities and work on public health projects. So that is the next biggest thing that I will be working on. It's gonna be a little hard to do that full time while working full time, but God is faithful. So that is really, that's what I've been up to. It's been pretty straightforward with how things have been going. I want this brand to, I want to be able to bring home $8,500 to $10,000 a month every month. That would be ideal for me. But I'm really gonna have to put this business, set it up in a position where it can, and thinking about ways where I can offer my Spanish services to other businesses, which is the last thing I want to bring up is where I'm expecting my business to go. Is I really want my business to pivot in a way that it's able to now go into companies and teach fluency to employees. So that's the next thing I want to tackle in 2021. And then as far as like other business adventure goes, really trying to set myself up so I can have a travel journal business, also travel planner, travel journal, that type of deal, hats, launch hats as well, and so we'll see. But I'm back. You will have an episode every single week from me from now until the end of the year. Super excited about the content I'm going to be rolling out, the people I will be interviewing. I think that I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg and looking for ways that I can really turn this YouTube channel into a podcast, which is another great thing that 21 Bridges is going to be doing. So I'm really excited for my LLC. I think that it is setting me up in the right direction to leaving my career in public health to start my own career working for myself, because I have discovered that I don't want to work for people the rest of my life. So yes, that's pretty much me. This concludes today's episode. Just wanted to check in with you all, let you all know what 21 Bridges is about. I will go ahead and drop the links to the people I have mentioned in this show today. I will also drop the links to my website, buentutors.com. Also, where you can find me on Instagram, 21_Bridges_LLC. Definitely follow. And this concludes today's episode. I will see you all next time.